of what we're talking about today is the Light Within Summit, an entrepreneurs and spiritual seekers guide to heart-centered transformation. And I'm really pleased to be introducing you to Barbara Marie Babish here because she saw something in me to for me to be a speaker in this process that she's bringing to the world. And um, as I say, like, why is transformation important? In there's so many things we can delve into with this whole process. But firstly,
Mhm.
would you love to just share a little bit about who you are, Barbara?
Oh gosh. Well, I'll be 74 this year. So where do you want me to start? I will say briefly, I think of myself more as a spiritual guide, and I help others that are those who are spiritual seekers who want to know more about themselves and their gifts. But then I also help businesses start off, especially with a really good solid foundation. And that includes like your purpose of having a business, your vision for the business, and then the steps that you take to actually have a business. So I do a wide range of things. And over the years, I've had channeled messages come through me, the language of light come through me. And I think because I'm interested in so many different things, that's why I do so many different things. And basically, I love working with people. I love seeing when they get that aha moment of really seeing their gifts. And really, I guess getting back to the summit topic of having them see the light within themselves, having them see how they are special. And that's what I love to do.
Mm, thanks for sharing. I like the way you shared about helping people see their gifts as well, because there's so much talk about searching for gifts, for searching for the gift in the situation, or building on strengths, or that it's sometimes difficult to see the gift in situations when things are really
Yes.
feeling tough and struggly. And I'm
Mhm.
wondering where that where that lands for you in why you're bringing this in the first place. Was there something where you discovered a gift for yourself?
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up. It just shows me how intuitive you are. Um, I didn't realize that I was a speaker, what the world calls a speaker. I'm an introvert. And over the years, it's like this spiritual calling. I've had visions of myself speaking on big stages, and I just negated them because it's like that's not me. I'm an introvert. I like being alone. I'll talk to people, but then I gotta crawl back into my safe space. And being alone is where I get my energy. So I mean that alone of the awareness of myself and then the awareness also of my organizational skills. And all of this has come about slowly as I'm being led by God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. Um, Realizing slowly it's awakening awareness about myself. And I think that's the key of when a person is aware of themselves and watch and like be the observer of yourself. I think I learned that like 30 years ago about just observing what you're like and what you like and what other people say about you. Because usually our own gifts are natural and it's not a big deal to us. And we don't even recognize it as a gift, but others see it as a gift.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, that's a really great point that I started to notice as well, to start getting feedback. I had some real resistance to asking people, what they thought of me, or thought were my ideas, because I hadn't practiced it. It was only because I hadn't practiced it. And if I as soon as I started practicing it, I realized I could meet other people's expectations or needs better because of that process as well. And I
Mhm.
find it really fascinating you talking about introvertedness. And I was an extrovert trapped in what I thought was a shy, introverted body. Not that I'm completely extrovert or complete. I've actually called myself ambivert, because there is that new term because I if I'm sitting by myself for more than a certain amount of time, I have to get out. I have to
Mhm.
walk, and I like being near towns because I can walk around towns even if I'm not speaking to anyone. I'm just around people, and that's different to like what typically would you'd say an extrovert would be like, because extrovert would be like, oh, you're supposed to be someone that loves to just be the life of the party and talking. And I love hosting, and I love doing things and with people. I didn't really have to discuss anything with anyone. I just wanted to dance and be have fun and
Mhm.
feel connected to people. But at the same time, there was at some point when I'd be like, I've got to go home now. It's like I feel like frazzled. I've taken on a lot of information to process.
Yeah.
I've heard a lot of conversation, so much conversation that it's just filled my head up to here with steam coming out. And then I'm like, okay, I'll go home and I'll process all of that. So I crave all of that discussion
Mhm.
and conversation and information and people's energy, and really find it fascinating. But then there's a point where I have to just go home and process it and reflect and write stuff down, because I didn't know how to communicate my voice in
Mhm.
conversation so much at the time. I
Mhm.
said a lot there, but the point being, just to bring it back around here, is that what you shared about that is that we're all very different, and how to meet the needs of that, I would say, is a summit is a great way to do that, isn't it? Because there's lots of different
Mhm.
personality types, different ways, but the core message is sharing information. A summit is an amazing process, and I'm
Mhm.
wondering how you got inspired to create a summit, because it's a big, big undertaking at the same time.
Yeah, yeah. The first time I created a summit, I said I would never do it again. The second time, I said I will never do this again alone, because the first two I did all myself. With this summit, I have help. And Janelle Bledsoe is helping me with the tech parts. And she's just been a godsend. And um, it's a calling. It's this, maybe, these thoughts. Maybe you should do another summit, or I would be talking to someone and I think, oh, they'd be great on my summit. And then I'd say, what? What did I just say? My next summit? Like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then one of our mentors, yours and mine, suggested, highly suggested, that I do a summit. And I said, well, maybe I will sometime, in 6 months or whatever. And then I had got that bug of, well, this person could be a good guest and this person. Well, if I did it, I would have Rory, I would have Janelle, I would have Courtney. And all of a sudden, I mentioned that to someone like Janelle, and she said, well, I'll help you. And it's just been rolling along ever since. And now I feel that I will be doing probably 3 summits a year, and each one will have their own topic. And I could be wrong. Maybe I'll say I'm never doing another summit. I don't know, but I can see it on a yearly basis now, this cycle of putting out offerings, offering summits. And it was that, I guess you'd call it the divine spark that really got it rolling again for the third time.
Amazing. I love what you shared there. Yeah. I somehow managed to declare that Summit was a good idea to do, starting a business as well. And I just when I'm not doing one of those for a while. I ended up getting sucked into doing a 21-day summit, declaring it in a leadership training program that was the best
Wow.
thing for me to
Hmm.
practice and do, but at the same time, um, I had to really come back and go, okay, that was great, but actually there's something else that I need to do first, which is like do the basics. And so now I've got into the basics. I've got a,
Hmm.
an offer, and I'm helping people one to one and all that sort of stuff. And coming back to like I love sharing information and raise awareness. I'm so sucked into how important it is to raise awareness of various important topics, like not being stuck. What is there something around um the importance of transformation for you as to why it's even a topic? Because to me there's something around why what's the real importance of that for you? Well,
Hmm. Well, I believe that we are vibrational beings. Everything is vibration and energy. And the state of the world now um, could be improved. I'll put it like that. And so that happens one person at a time. And that personal transformation, the personal awareness grows of who am I? Why am I here? How can I do things better? How can I be happier? How can I contribute to the world? Or even just your own home, your own community. So it is that kind of transformation that's needed, one person at a time, which will raise the vibration of Earth, the universe. And that, the bottom line is world peace, one person at a time.
amazing. Yeah. And what better what better way than to do it in a summit? I love it. I love it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you say is important and special about this summit that you're doing?
Well, this summit is a 5-day journey. So we'll have 4, 5, 6 speakers each day, and each day is going to have a topic. Excuse me. The first day is about awakening the light within, and you're on that day one, I will mention. And it is how we are all different and how we see our own light and how we share that. And day two is about trusting your inner guidance. So I've got speakers, that will share about that. Day three is releasing what's holding you back and different methods of healing. Great guests there as well. Day four is aligning with your true path. So finding your life purpose, those that have, and how they share that. And day five is sharing your light with the world. And that is more about how you share your light with the world. So I've got different business speakers, people who have holistic businesses, and we'll be sharing about that. And how, again, all through it is how each person follows their own inner guidance. So
Mm,
we've covered, it covers a little bit of everything. And most important of all, I want to share this. This summit was created from love, and it's carrying love vibrations. And each of the speakers, I feel, whether they advertise it or not, I feel they are all healers. And I handpicked every single speaker. I didn't have some big call out for 100 speakers. I wanted 20. And that was my intention of based in love, sharing with love, sharing your light. And then that will help others, whoever the listeners are learning from. They're receiving healing at the same time, whether they know it or not. And that's how I create my summits, is based in love and healing, and then you're going to get whatever you get when you show up.
Amazing. Amazing. And what that yeah, I like that premise that linking transformation and love and healing all together in a place where you can get different ideas, different possibilities of what I like the word possibility, where people find out what's possible for themselves or different possibilities in understanding and ideas on how to go about things. And I love that it's about going from the inside outwards into the world.
Yeah.
So very much, very, very much important in this day and age. Thank you for doing what you're doing, Barbara Marie Babish. And is there anything that's coming up for you that you'd like to share that's as a obviously it sounds amazing already, but it's is there anything else that you would like to share that is of interest to people as to why to show up?
Mhm. The basic the basic idea is learning more about yourself, releasing any blocks that you've got, and then expressing that to the world. So I like this phrase I was given years ago. I help people explore, expand, and express their divine essence. And so I could say that's definitely a theme, uh, whether it's spoken or not. For this summit, you know, the best thing for people to do is register, listen to the first day, see how they like it. Then they'll get continued emails showing them the other days. But if there's any pull, if there's any interest at all, I mean, this one person out of the 20 speakers say one person could change their life. One speaker could touch their heart. One speaker could make them cry. And several speakers can make them laugh. We did a lot of laughing with some of the speakers, but it's life changing. And you've got the invitation right here, you know, register for the summit, see how it goes, join the Facebook group, be able to share on your favorite speakers. And like if you love Rory, then, comment on Facebook. Um, it's going to be fun as well as healing and informational. And we've really created a family, a community. And the bigger picture is this is all sponsored by the Divine Light community, which I founded as well. And the Divine Light community is going to have different events and things as well. But join the family, join the community. And I'm sure you'll be glad you did.
Oh, awesome. Love that. And did we say when is it coming up?
May 18th to 22nd.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Brilliant. And people that that wants to sign up, well, there'll be a link for it that we can put in the comments uh
Okay.
to get ideas on what's on offer. And is that correct?
Mhm.
Is there anything else
Yeah.
to share that people of interest would want to know?
We've got, I guess, you could say a wide range of speakers. I think that's what's going to keep the summits very interesting. Spiritual leaders, I would say four of the top in the US are speakers. And then there's at least two well-known, especially in our community, business speakers. But they share how they follow their inner guidance. So even though they're very successful business people, they've got that spiritual side that they show us in the summit. And yeah, I, I just talking about it, I just feel such love. So I hope those attending will be able to feel loved, supported, and heard, and they'll be witnessing something amazing.
Amazing. Fantastic. Thank you so much for sharing. And again, anything else that's coming up for you that you want to share that's any extra thoughts on before we wrap up because it'd be nice and sweet and short so as people get round to watching it.
Mhm. Oh gosh. I think whether you come to the summit or not, start being aware of yourself. Be aware of your patterns. Start to be aware of what hurts you, what you get excited about in your life, what you might want to release, things that are holding you back. Just start with asking questions of yourself to yourself. Or, if you believe in the universe or God, the creator, talk to that energy, talk to that being, and ask about yourself. One of the greatest things I ever did was asked my higher self, like, how do you see me? And that started me on a path of like, wow, am I ever awesome? And showing me how the awesomeness of everybody else. We're all equal. We're all awesome. We're all special. And the power, honestly, the power is when you know you are special, when you are unique. That's what lights up your energy, yourself, your beingness starts to come out. Your light starts to shine. When you know you're special, when you know it, when you can look in the mirror and look into your eyes and say, I love you and mean it, then you're rocking. Then you're off. Once you know that specialness that you are, you can conquer the world.
Awesome. Yeah, that's amazing. That's a really nice insight to yeah, it's something that I that's daily I daily work on those processes, but I luckily have been shown how to go about those processes as well. So yeah, I hear you from the core with that and how it's important to honor that nervous
Yes.
system, body, mind, spirit,
Mm-hmm.
however it comes and there's so much words we can say, there's so much energy we can bring about. There's always that sense of coming back to knowing that it's not about trying to be attached to too much or attached to too little in this day and age, and how to it's not like finding a balance in between but just a process of give and take every day
Yeah.
and and so yeah, thank you so much for doing what you're doing, Barbara.
Yes, you're welcome.
Um,
Everyone is welcome. Join us.
Amazing. Let's just pick, if you want to say when, pick a card when you feel you want to say,
Stop.
oh my gosh, it says love. Out of all the ones, I was wondering whether you'd pick that. There's 8 different words on these cards, and it's written in black as well. Written in black to organize, to structure and organize love. And that's exactly what you just said you're doing. Yeah. So
Perfect card. Yes, awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
boom, boom, boom. Well done again for doing that. We'll put the any links and once we've got them sorted, I guess, and if you've got them ready, or we'll come back to the post once it's ready to post the links, the sign up links, and any more information. And you can reach out to Barbara through the tags on LinkedIn and Facebook. We'll connect, and I'm on my YouTube channel as well. So you can always reach out to me as well for any more information on this. And it's been a pleasure and an honor, and it's been great to delve into this.
Yes, thank you. This was interesting and fun all at the same time. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's another point, isn't it? You weren't expecting what was going to happen in this situation. So well done for standing in your power
Hmm.
and this is great. This is great. This is it's a great opportunity to land with people that really need to hear these things. And that's what I love about the ripple effect of just sharing live
Yeah.
without having to plan or do anything. Pop up. Hey, it's a summit. Hey, it's transformational opportunity to transform, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, awesome. I love it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thanks for being here. And anyone with highlights, comments, questions, just put them in the chat, and we'll see you another time on a NeuroCreative Leadership